As soon as he gave the order to invade, the generals knew that they couldn't prepare adequately. There simply wasn't enough time. You see, the German Air Force, or Luftwaffe, had played a key role in Germany's victories up until the invasion of the Soviet Union. His name was Wolfram von Richthofen, and he was a pilot and one of Germany's leading experts on air warfare. All along the front lines, soldiers built elaborate networks of trenches, bunkers, and fortified positions. The battle for Stalingrad would be the longest and bloodiest of the entire war, and as it turned out, none of those incredible claims were true. Still, the Germans caught the Soviets by surprise. They hadn't seen anything like the twin-engine fighter before, and the result was devastating. The Black Arrow and the Black Death flew hundreds of combat missions over Stalingrad, helping the German army gain the upper hand. The Soviets never quite recovered from it. The tide had turned, and the Germans would go on to win the Battle of They would occupy the city and push the Soviets all the way back to the Urals. But that victory would be their last. The Soviet Union would go on to push the Germans out of Stalingrad and out of the Caucasus. Then they would liberate eastern Poland, Romania, Bulgaria, Hungary, Czechoslovakia, and East Germany. And ultimately they would meet the British and Americans in the heart of Germany. But the real turning point of the war came not from the fighting on the ground. And the turning point of that turning point came when the Messerschmitt Me-210 went into production. History is not a series of isolated events. Everything in our world today reaches back into the past, and understanding that past can help us understand the present and navigate the future. By the time the war ended, 1,587 Black Arrows would be built, 265 would be lost in combat, and 740 damaged. 422 Soviet aircraft would be shot down by the Black Arrow and an additional 118 damaged. But from a series of events that played out in the skies over that summer, the German Luftwaffe finally got the edge it needed to win the battle.